Hello everyone. We had some technical difficulties and apparently dimensional crossover happened, and if you ever see James again, well, good for you. Good for you. But right now we are going to be talking about The Hobbit. And as I typically do, now I'm gonna say things that were relevant to the game. Yeah, you have a bunch of paranoid humans occasionally in Destroy All Humans 1 and 2. Anyway, so on to The Hobbit. Starting from the back. Lead the quest that started it all. Long ago, the lonely mountain trembled as the dragon Smaug destroyed the dwarf kingdom in fire and rage. When the dwarves set out to reclaim their stolen treasure hoard, I, Gandalf the Wizard, sent them the most unlikely of heroes, Bilbo Baggins of the Shire. But even I could not foresee how this choice would rule the fate of Middle-earth. Yes, because then you have to fix your own fuck-up. Because Bilbo ended up finding the ring. Which is a rather interesting ability in this. But anyways. So, you would wonder why this is on here. Spiders! Okay, well, there's that set of motherfuckery. And then, the harsh realities of war. This is puzzle based and also just another beat 'em up type of combat thing. But looking at having to look at the orcs and goblins, which are basically the same entity, just one's bigger. No, that's one thing I think you did a lot better live action movie, Lord of the Rings. Just goblins and orcs, two different things. I am including the live action trilogy of this, which came out much closer to this time. But anyway, so other things of note. Explore Middle-earth. Battle and adventure through Tolkien's breathtaking world. Engage in hair-raising combat. Oh yes, very hair-raising. Combine attacks using weapons like the legendary sword, Sting. That's always something I thought was funny from the old 1977 movie. Bilbo Baggins calls his weapon Sting.
Oh, Spooky Scary Cameraman says that's the actual name of the sword.
Yeah?
It's what the sword is named.
Oh, okay.
Forged from elven steel.
Forged from elven. Okay, so
Elven steel.
yes, as I was going to say, the elves must have shitty name calling then.
Si, senor. Spooky Scary Cameraman has spoken.
Yes, you have spoken Spanish. Anyways, wield the power of the ring. Use the ring to become invisible and sneak past enemies. Battle hordes of enemies, face legions of enemies of menacing orcs, from menacing orcs to Smaug himself. Encounter legendary creatures or characters. Meet legendary characters including Galandoth and Smaug. Solve mind-bending puzzles. Gain skills and weapons to help solve troublesome puzzles. And on back here, we have Smeagol. Somewhere on there. Yeah, just making sure it's in frame. But yeah. They actually have a website for this, whether or not it's still up. I will not even try to test it, because this game came out in 2003. If the site thehobbit.sierra.com is still a thing, then not good on you guys. But anyways, it's a one-player game. It's kind of a beat 'em up, but then like if any of you know the Hobbit trilogy from like I can't exactly remember which year it started. I just know it was like 2015 late and later. It's around that time frame. So yeah, the Battle of Five Armies. That's in this game, and you have to go through a dark, grungy battlefield trench to destroy an orc camp as this midget. Anyways, like I remember when I ended up playing through this game, I ended up getting stuck at the spiders the first time. Second time, I haven't completed that either, but going with the first one, as that is the one that I went furthest in. Spiders. Less so scary, just freaking annoying. You know what? Fun fact, a creature that everyone confuses for a spider, the Harvestman, or Granddaddy Longleg, which there are technically two entities referred to as Granddaddy Longleg. One is a spider with kind of a little bit of a elongated butt and a thorax, whilst the Harvestman, also referred to as a Granddaddy Longleg, is just a body. And honestly looks more like a derpy tick with super long legs.
It looks like a dot with super long legs.
Yeah, a dot with long legs. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, you end up having like two general types of spiders when you have to go through that shit. One poisons you, which sucks. The other does decent damage to you, also sucks. No, and actually, three, as far as I remember. There are even big ass spiders, which suck even more. Like, if you gave me a choice between a spider that has a body the size of my foot, which would mean like legs that would probably reach to my knee, or a spider with a body as big as my own torso, I would go for the one as big as my own torso because at least I could keep track of that one. Then you have all these little shits that hit you with a hit of poison, run the fuck off, and come back to hit you again. Like, that is an annoying, very annoying thing to have to go through. But yeah, the prelude to the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. So, it's still like. Also, free collectible The Hobbit trading card inside. We can go over the full story. Rated E for everyone. Rated E for everyone. So anyways, the story itself. Yeah. Again, the way I found out about it was the 1977 cartoon of it, which I believe is still superior to the live-action trilogy. My opinion may be dissenting. Like, no, the live-action trilogy is good, but you could have shortened it to just 2 movies if you had to do more than one. Because Battle of Five Armies, it's just vaguely talked about more or less, rather than, which is rather surprising given the man who wrote it. Oh yeah, let's talk about a war. Go into as little detail about that as possible? Okay. No, you do you. George, wait, no. J.R.R. Tolkien. I was about to say George R.R. Martin, but no, he writes a completely different series that has kings, queens, dragons, dwarves. So, yeah, 1977 movie. How I found out about it was that. So, we start off with this guy, which this guy's much uglier. Like, then again, it's 3D, so it's kind of made. It's kind of just weird to look at him. But anyway, so we end up starting with Bilbo Baggins in his home, and then out of nowhere, Gandalf knocks on his door, and Gandalf ends up having people come over to Bilbo's house for a party. And honestly, I like the party sequence in the live action series more, because that was a lot more lively and more of an actual party, where more of it was just sort of a possible atmosphere in the 1977 movie. And it's not even shown at all here, aside from like the drawings it has of it, where there was a party happening, and you start the game in a nightmare, where you already have Sting, and you're basically going through the ending of the game, kinda. But, yeah. So, but anyways, back to the other movies. So they end up making their way towards the Great Mountain. They end up
The Misty Mountain.
So when they, no, I'm gonna just start talking more about the actual parts of that is in the game. So like when they end up going up the mountain, first there's a part where you're trying to collect firewood. It's weird. And then after that mission is done, you end up having to sneak your way past trolls. Trolls? Yes, you have to sneak your way past them. And it's an annoying, hey, the ground is noisy here kind of sneak section. Also, you have to kind of be out of the line of sight of some of the guys. So, that's a thing. And then after that, you end up getting lost in an underground cavern where it's water, water everywhere, and not a damn drop of it you want to be in. There is no such thing as swimming in old PlayStation 2 games. I'm sorry. Like, that is something funny though. Is there water? Yes. Can swim? Question mark. There's only one answer given here. Oh yeah, that's fine. It's our way to have platforming. Are you sure? It would just be a lot easier if, no, just take off hit points and have them eventually die by drowning. Which is honestly a horrific way to do that. Sly Cooper. Anyway, so we end up having to go through that, as well as trying to get the ring, eventually getting the ring away from Smeagol. Sadly, there is no mini game where you have to do the riddles against Smeagol. That would have been fun, honestly, where you could do, like, you would end up having to go through a phase of answering riddles for Smeagol. That would have been nice. And then, of course, after that, spiders. One of the most annoying as shit enemies in any video game ever. You have to fight a giant spider? If the answer is yes, well, you're fucked. Like, Devil May Cry. That series ends up having. I mean, sure, Dark Souls, but that's not on the list because honestly, I haven't. Dark Souls isn't on the list purely because actually I have no reason why I didn't put it on the list, but it would be an honorable mention. So, but still, yeah. Once you get to spiders, your game is telling you to fuck off. Which, hilariously, the fact that Skyrim sort of opens up with spiders as one of the first real monsters you have to fight, yeah, that immediately tells you to fuck off from the start. Oh, and then of course your first official dungeon to get the golden dragon claw. Yeah, giant ass spider in there for you to have to kill. Good job.
But it's lethal. If you die to it, you're just a dumbass.
Yeah, I don't know who would die to it, but still, it's a spider. When the spider is being thrown at you by the game, the creator of it is telling you to fuck off at that point. So, unless of course it is a video game that is about killing spiders that are giant as fuck, in which case it's your own damn fault for getting that game. Now, if you play as a spider, that's a completely different story. That is good on you. You have done the best thing for yourself. You get to now be an alpha predator. What were we talking about again? hairy toad midget. Yes. The Precious. It stays at the 6th place. Yeah. Very dark setting it can turn into. As well as the prison. Yeah, the prisons. You know the goblin prisons? I'm sure you know the goblin prisons. Oh, anyways, so that will be the end of this episode. I wish I knew how to play an ocarina though. No, it's not Zelda. Fuck off with that. I'll see you next time.